Today we're gonna have an interesting game. It wasn't really on my radar, but I saw that it released and that it's supposed to be more of a AAA title with good graphics. So I thought, what the hell? Let's try it out. Let's see how it looks, and more importantly, how it runs on the 5070 Ti. Today, as always, we're gonna be doing 1440p, and we're gonna be using the 7800X3D for our CPU. Okay, so to start off, we're gonna do no DLSS, and we're gonna put everything on Ultra. And what you're gonna see is something a little bit more surprising than I initially anticipated. And what you see is reality. We are playing this game around 45 FPS. I couldn't believe it at first, seeing what I'm seeing. The graphics aren't that special, but
Theory proven. Now
this is it. On the 5070 Ti and hitting sometimes mid-30s. And yeah, also intense stutters in this game. They happen pretty consistently.
We can try this again there.
There are periods of time where it's a little bit smoother, but you will be seeing a lot of stutters. If you're somebody that buys a game expecting to run it reasonably well, this is probably not going to be the best title for you. I'm just going to go ahead and say that because I do experience a lot of stuttering on a pretty beefy system. And what you're going to see in the near future is that I've also crashed quite a number of times, more than I would like in the amount of time that I actually tested this game. And for how it's looking, it really does not make much sense as to why it's running like this. But, there are some good things about this game, and I'll get to that. But we are going to be focusing just on the performance. And then the performance, yeah, I can't condone this. They did not optimize it very much. I think they just kind of tried to focus on the more important aspects of the game, and they just left this, I don't know, in the sort of state that you need to run DLSS on quality or higher to get something reasonable. So right now we're going to be putting it on quality. Everything else still on Ultra, and now we hit around 70. We do dip into the 60s, but we're getting an actual 60 FPS solid performance, so it's playable like this. It's not what you would want, even for the visuals that we have here. Like, I think most people would want at least above 100 or above 90.
I feel like this path would be a lot trickier if you weren't a
but this is what we have to live with.
Most
so
rangers are fine with that trade.
Not sure if you're into sort of like Prince of Persia type games. This game gives me a lot of those vibes. It's heavily focused on puzzle solving and traversing with like climbing and wall running and stuff like that, or bouncing on poles and beams. So yeah, it's got a heavy Prince of Persia vibes, which I really like, and the combat's actually pretty fun in this game.
I still can't believe Commander Kellan gave you a focal brace.
It's got quite a few of these puzzles as well to break up the fighting. The puzzles are pretty easy and simple so far. Maybe they get more complicated the further you progress. But I don't know, they're nice change of pace to break from the fighting. And here we see my first fatal error. I just loaded it back up, but yeah, get used to that. Loaded it back up. It did, thankfully, load me right where I left off. So here we're introduced to the fighting in this game, and I fairly enjoy it. It has your sort of a typical Dark Souls system where you dodge and have invulnerability frames. You can lock on, although it didn't teach me that here, so I wasn't locking on. But also we get access to some magic, and in that magic we kind of have like a force pull and force push situation going on. And it is actually quite fun to use. So yeah, I mean, I think the combat's actually pretty decent in this game. It reminds me of like The Witcher. Yeah, I'm sure it gets better and more complicated as you unlock new spells and magic. So here we're going to be putting on performance. for the DLSS. Everything's still on Ultra. And we're going to be hitting 100-ish frames now. Now, I wouldn't really want or recommend anyone to play the game like this. It doesn't look too great. I mean, we're upscaling quite a lot. And we're losing a ton of graphical fidelity for not much performance. This should almost be the performance you get baseline with no upscaling. So it kind of feels like a slap in the face.
Shouldn't we try to figure out why the Dustar are here?
I imagine something bigger drove them out.
But yeah, it's kind of a shame because the game is actually kind of fun to play. I'm not gonna lie, it's become a little guilty pleasure of mine.
Don't be stupid.
But I think it's gonna get a lot of bad reviews and bad rep because, well, the main character is kind of unlikable. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like a bully or your little brother simulator for the first hour and a half or so that I've played. But I actually enjoy the gameplay, like just, you know, running around, solving simple puzzles,
It's been too long since
and climbing on walls, and then doing a little bit of fighting in between, and traversing. Like I enjoy that stuff. It reminds me of Prince of Persia. Although the environment here is very homogeneous and doesn't really change much. It remains looking the same for quite a long time.
Hey, come on, that took a lot of practice.
So that in that aspect, it could be improved. But yeah, if you're somebody that's been looking for a game that's a little bit more like, I don't know, your Prince of Persia's, I really don't know what else to compare it to be honest. It feels a lot like that. I can't state enough how amazed I was to see that the performance in this game is this bad, but
we'll have to get you up to those vines somehow.
You can't make this stuff up. This day and age is just getting worse and worse with a lot of companies. After playing Battlefield 6, we're a little bit spoiled too, because with that game I see people playing at 150 FPS on 4K, and that's a beta. In this game, it's released, and I'm hitting 50 FPS with no DLSS on 1440p. It's just another one of those situations where a game feels rushed, and they probably had a crunch to get this thing out. Feel bad for the developers. But yeah, I mean, this game doesn't run very well. I wanted to make sure you guys knew about this. Watch out if you're planning on buying this or trying it. And those of you who will play it anyways, I think there is some fun to be had here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the benchmark.
Rin, are you okay?
Don't touch me.
Just relax. Breathe. In, out. In, out.
Shut
in
up and back off.
I'm not scared of you.
That just means you're careless. Didn't that teach you anything? You need to be more careful. It is a big deal. It's not about the beat, it's about you not paying attention. You need to stop playing around and open your eyes, because I have to be responsible for you, Core.